Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And on Skype.
Yeah, Bloodaxe.
So this hit the internet this week and
Is that Game of Thrones?
has gotten people in a bit of a stir, and that's a first look at Amazon's Lord of the Rings series.
The Rings of Power.
So
I'm out of Kraken.
yeah, you need more Kraken for this, man. This one was brought to me by you, so we blame all this on Q. But apparently,
no, I was going to bring it up too.
Apparently, people have gotten these pictures and are not very happy about the black token elf and
so I'm the dwarf queen or princess
and the black beardless. Which honestly, the biggest problem here is the beardless, because skin tone on dwarves have always been on the little darker side anyway, when described. So you could definitely do a black or Middle Eastern or whatever with dwarves.
Instead of saying racial, just say tan. A tan skin or darker skin dwarf would not be that odd. But that's just pure black then. That's good old fashioned African black.
But yeah.
And no beard. And also no muscle tone. Like, where are her smithing muscles? Like, because in Tolkien, dwarven women have beards and are surprisingly masculine.
Well, I mean, dude, look at that design. That design is even pulled from some of African
That does not
culture.
look like anything a dwarf would wear. That does not look like dwarven clothing. It's not practical. They're not trying. They're not trying. Like, this is just some nonsense.
But like I said, the biggest issue is dwarves have beards.
Yeah, for all we know, that could be a dwarven woman. If you're doing it right by Tolkien, that might be a dwarven lady. That could be a dwarven lady. So, like, people said that, like, you're not even trying. And all these are OCs, like, just OCs out the wazoo. Just a bunch of OC
I mean,
characters.
the dwarves who had the ultimate gender balance.
Yes, men and women were truly equal in their culture because you could not tell them apart if you were a dwarf. And, of course, they took that away. What about bearded women? No representation for bearded women? Some women grow beards. Okay? It's genetic condition.
Anyway, it stirred up the internet. The internet
cares
has,
about black Legolas, man. Like, black people don't care about elves. I don't know why they thought we'd want an elf. I literally talked to him, and I've never seen a black person play an elf in my whole life. I played D&D. My first D&D group was all black. You want to know what we never had? An elf. You know why? Because they kind of thought they were sissies. Okay, I'm going to be honest. No brother wanted to play an elf. Everybody play a dwarf. Yo, man, I'm down with my crew. Me and my dwarves. We up in here. Repping that clan. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't there a black elf on Star Trek Voyager?
There's a black Vulcan who is also somehow related to Spock. I don't know how the hell she's related to Spock. Like, you're related to Spock and you're black, whatever. It's fucking. Dude, don't bring up Star Trek. Don't bring up STDs. They still burn. All right, let's not bring up STDs.
Actually, I think he's going to be at CoastCon. Was it CoastCon or was it CypherCon?
Oh, you're talking about the other Black Vulcan.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about a Black Vulcan, though. They're an alien species, but they're not. Here's the thing. They never said there weren't Black Vulcans, but they pretty clear about what the hell the elves look like.
I know. I was
like, the elves were an Anglo-Saxon wet dream. That's what they always were. They were blonde-haired, blue-eyed super people.
I was mostly just trying to troll the internet with the calling the Vulcans.
There are black people in Lord of the Rings. There is a whole fucking group. Like, it was one of the, I forgot the name. You remember? We had Jared know the group, but it was like there's a whole nation of black people in Lord of the Rings. But these idiots wouldn't know. Their specialist on this is literally not a specialist in Tolkien stuff. But what was the excuse? We wanted it to look like modern society. We wanted to reflect the people of today. I'm like, why would you make a medieval fantasy look like today? That doesn't even make sense. That's like, we're going to do a Western, but in this Western, there's no cowboys. There's none, this is like, that's not a Western, you dumbass. But I don't care about the elf. Like, most people don't care about the elf because they literally looked at it and said, who cares? Like,
Mr. Maggot says there's a black elf in Witcher series.
Yeah, they throw us in there, but we don't care. He ain't popular. I can't name him. There's only one black elf that we ever liked, and that's Drizzt. Because he ain't black. He's a goddamn drow. Dumbasses. But Drizzt is my boy. Most people I know like Drizzt.
Until they retcon him.
Man, ain't nobody want to be Legolas. You can go all through the hood all day. Walk up to a man. You want to be Legolas? No, I want to be Miles Morales. Okay, who you want to be? I like Aragorn. Who you want to be? Man, I'd rather be fucking Golem. I don't want to be that damn Legolas. You know, like, nobody want to be Legolas. There's no Legolas fans. Don't nobody want to be. Hey,
you know what's
got
funny?
The ring in the end. He got the ring in the end. Like, nobody wants to be Legolas. None of us. We don't want to be Legolas. You know
Legolas is a panty dropper, though, man.
I mean, even in tabletop games, we were playing the Book of the Nine Swords in tabletop, and there was specifically an elven class that had a ancestral mode of light that came with your weapon upgraded, and Q made the DM rewrite the racial trait of elven to something else because he refused to play an elf but wanted to play the class. So yeah, no, this has been even almost 2 decades that I'm aware of with playing with him. He's just like, I ain't playing elves. I've always played the tree huggers, and he's always made fun of me for playing the elves in the process. But that's just something I'm interested in because of Drizzt.
He played Elf in Shadowrun, and we just named him the Pink Beret, and he was just the pink. He represented the Pink Berets throughout Shadowrun. Most dangerous person in the group because elves are broken. But that ain't enough to make us play him. There's no amount of bullcrap you can give an elf that's gonna have not my boy Flynn, not Kyle, like none of the OG gamers. What you gonna play?
Listen,
yeah. No elf.
The closest I've gotten to playing an elf is a half elf. I just roll with it. I've played half elf.
I've done that too.
I think I've done it. I think Varn was a half elf one time, but he didn't acknowledge the elf side.
I mean, I usually only play half elves when I need part of their racial ability or something. If I need an elfin trait, yeah, I'll play a half elf so I can grab it. But
hey, the one good thing about 5e, yo man, one of my parents, like I got raised with the elves, I learned the tricks.
Yeah.
But I'm OG human though, all the way, especially from the waist down, human baby. You know what I'm saying?
I was like 90% of the time I play humans anyway, just because I can relate.
Get extra feet and skill points.
But I could rock a dwarf every now and then, man. The dwarves are fun to play when you do.
I've played dwarves a couple of times.
They're fun to play.
I'll play dwarves a lot in video games, honestly. Video game dwarves tend to be really fun.
Well, you played a rough Brunar, man. You say there was, but everybody used to hang around.
That healing
Brunar, can you heal us? You're like, all right.
That healing was clutch, man.
Yeah,
that healing was clutch.
Especially for Drizzt, who was walking around half dead all the time. Our elf player over here is just walking around looking crippled. I'm hurt, man.
No, I think I heal you more because Drizzt would end up going down.
Oh, yeah, right, and getting up with full health.
Get up with full health.
Brunar would survive the battle.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm hurt.
I would use my health potions. I don't think you even knew how to use your
I never had to use a health potion because I didn't go down, and I had Daddy Brunar. This is how you get adopted father here. You get you a dwarf with an at-will healing ability.
But yeah, I mean, this is the same issue we had with Witcher. Witcher tried to do stuff, and when you have a story that's fleshed out, you have descriptions. I mean, Wheel of Time is one of the big issues with Wheel of Time. You have all these things that are fleshed out, but you want to change it. And it breaks the story a bit on a lot of these things.
It's tokenism. Mm-hmm. It's actually not representative. It's called tokenism. It's a real thing. And it's just, let's make this a token black person. Mm-hmm. Is it for the story? No, just so we can go, look what we did. And it's like, nobody I know that's black and a fan of Lord of the Rings gave a flip about anyone's race. Nobody. Yeah. Like,
I mean, if you want to,
it's fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to
fantasy. I mean, come on. It's fantasy.
That's going to be the cut. That's going to be the intro. Yeah. It's just Blood Axe going,
it's fantasy. Well, what's your fantasy?
Oh.
I mean, like I said, between 5e and Lord of the Rings, this is not the things that we grew up on in the 80s and 70s, 80s, 90s. This is not the same shit that made us geeks in the first place.
Well, it's not even what we grew up on. It's not about what we grew up on. Times change. Is that it's pointless. It's not needed. Look, when I see a race of aliens, I don't go, where's the black guy? They're not even human. I don't know where you getting this. I love the Saiyans. There ain't a black Saiyan, and it'd be weird if there was. Because I'd be like, Because then he's a black monkey man. So you need to think the shit through sometimes. Like, hey, maybe I don't want there to be a, like, because now all that Frieza, you dirty monkeys, takes a whole new tone. Sometimes you need to chill, man, and think shit through. That's all I'm saying. I love Wukong, but I don't want to see Wukong as a black guy because then he's the monkey king. Look at the king of the monkeys. You know, puts a head together. It's like, just think some shit through. Right. When I look at the dwarves, I never said, we need black dwarves. Instead, I said, because the dwarves are Nordic to me. With the runes and the statues, they're Nordic.
They are.
And just like you said with The Witcher, there ain't no black people in medieval Poland. What are you on, crack? You need to stop smoking so much crack. You're mixing meth with crack and speed. There are no black people in medieval Poland. If they were there, it was an unpleasant time to be there. I feel sorry for the black person that lived in medieval Poland. You need to think, people. You know what? Invincible. This is Invincible. Think. That's Invincible. The meme. Think for a minute, you know. Because this is a show that was on, I think, HBO, was it? Really Amazon. Good cartoon. Amazon? Yeah, really good show. But the comic book is based on a really good show. Just that finally, I wrap back around to that. This is how we segue backwards, mofo. We ain't got no pattern.
All right.
Sorry. I've done my usual rant of please stop putting black people in places that would have been bad to be black.
Well, I mean, I don't see it being bad to be black in fantasy. It's just you've already
medieval Poland. I don't think.
But yeah, medieval Poland, yeah, but not in Tolkien. Tolkien never really had it. There wasn't that.
The two black replacements they dude. One of them lives in the fucking woods, doesn't have a house, and the other one lives in a cave.
So they're both homeless.
You didn't think that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're not living in castles like civilized people. One's underground cave dwellers, and the other one's live in the woods. Wonder if they're gonna give the black elf a spear.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, let's move on.
Gonna be through the woods with the spear.
God, please do.
Yep.
Blood axe, you always make it worse.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up the show. And thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can watch us live every Sunday at approximately 3:30 Central Time. Where you can join us in the chat room and have fun. But yeah, and if you can't catch it on Twitch, we also have it on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe because that's not all we have there. We do some fun. Hopefully have some more interviews coming up on there. We got a lot of gaming material that Blood Axe and Q have been doing. So be sure to check that out. And so yeah, as every week,
we hope you enjoy.